A few beautiful days here at this jungle lodge cabin, just kind of on the outskirts of the Amazon. And it's really hard to leave. It's hard to leave because there's a river here and we've been swimming like multiple times every day. It's hard to leave because it's just kind of generally been quiet and relaxing and gorgeous. It's also hard to leave because it's hot AF first thing in the morning and you got to put your riding clothes on after a few days without wearing them. And so you'd rather just not do that and just stay.
Another day in Brazil, and Greg and I were really talking about it. And one of the challenges of being in Brazil, obviously, is the language. And we've been in Spanish-speaking places for a long time now, years, basically, and been able to understand just fine. And Greg obviously is fluent, and I can understand really well. So that's not so much of a challenge. But now that we're in Brazil with the Portuguese, I find myself like I have not switched over to another language and what it's like to communicate with other people in a way that's not stressful, because it's almost like I'm waiting. I don't want people to come and say anything to me because I don't know how I'm going to respond. And having Whimsy on the back here and everybody is curious about her and they want to ask questions, and it's great. It's just then I'm like sort of stuck because it's like, I know they're asking me questions. I don't know what questions they're asking. I have a feeling I might know, but I don't know how to communicate back. So it's been a bit of a struggle. And I think that if we were to stay in a place like this longer, I would definitely want to do some language classes or something online just to get like the basics, because it really sucks when you can't communicate with people well and you really want to. There's like this feeling of anxiety of like, I just want to be able to communicate with you. Come on, Wimps.
So true. It really does give even just a little bit of anxiety that you know, people are approaching, they're going to ask things and it's going to be kind of a struggle. And I think a lot of people who talk about kind of the excitement and what's so great about travel is the people you meet. It does have a part to do with that, which is like it's hard to communicate with people. And usually in our ordinary lives, it is, quote, easy, although communication's always hard. Just ask any married couple. But it's essentially easy to express yourself, and all of a sudden you're using small words, small sentences, and gestures, and just really struggling. And even the smallest success at kind of expressing an idea or you know, ordering your food successfully feels like a triumph because it was hard to do, which is the point. Anything that's hard to do is usually better. So just come off yeah, because I've got all the opportunity to come out. So just towards next to it.
Whimsy.
It is a smoking hottie out here. And our first stop of the day is the car wash. Basically just because the girls are so covered from Amazon orange dirt. And, you know, at some point you just gotta treat them nice. So we're doing that. We're gonna have a little cold something to drink. We've gotta get some food for Whimsy because she's out of kibble. And then we press on. The event for today is basically just movement. We're moving towards Cáceres, which is a fairly large town about an hour from the Bolivian border, and that's where we do Whimsy's documents to get her safely across the border. In the meantime, we've just got distance to do to get there. It's hot, it's straight, it's flat. It's kind of a grind, and you just got to move along. Along the way, we're hoping tomorrow, end of the day, to reach a sort of park area, a bit of sort of terrain that is just stitched along the Bolivian border, where they have a waterfall and a canyon and a river and sort of a nice natural scene. And that's where we're headed, and then it's on to Cáceres. We have reached a place with loud music. But it really is spectacular. So this is a Friday night, and this is a balneario in Portuguese, which is like a swimming hole. And so they have a restaurant because we have nothing to eat, and we have a tent, and they have a place to put it. So we're really sorted. They also even have a place to swim. And I think that's also where they cultivate the fish that they're probably going to serve in the restaurant.
Whimsy just won't be kept in. She'll always find a way. Now that she knows that she can swim well, whenever there's water, she will find a way in.
Best restaurant setup ever. This thing has an enclosure that no one's in here, and all the doors closed, and Whimsy has not become enough of a velociraptor to figure out how to get out. She's just trapped in here, and the street dogs, the neighborhood dogs, are just roaming around like piranhas, and it's keeping her busy running around, so she's working herself out, but she can't actually shit disturb.